I think one of the biggest financial problems in America right now is that convenience has become a lifestyle. And I hate to say this, but it's become a lifestyle for people who cannot afford it. Americans are spending more money than ever on these luxuries. And I don't mean luxuries like a Birkin bag. No. I don't even mean luxuries like necessarily fancy vacations. Yes, some people do them. Or fancy vehicles. Yes, too many people have them. But let's just talk about kind of your day-to-day luxuries that you think are needs, and they are not. They are wants. They are bonuses. We've gotten them stuck into our everyday lives, and now we are working to afford them. These conveniences are dog walkers, grocery delivery, meal kits, even just going through a drive-thru to get coffee. Everyday things that are designed to potentially save us time or to allow us to have more time for other things. But all of them come at a price, okay? And it's more than just monetary. And the scary part is a lot of these things don't feel expensive in the moment. They feel worth it. They're like, oh, $15 for a dog walk? That's worth it. Oh, a meal kit that comes straight to my home at X and Y price? I think that's worth it. I think the convenience is worth it. And I agree to a certain point and to a certain extent for certain people. Other people, no, it's a luxury. You're not there. I'm not there. A lot of the things I'm going to mention, we do not have and do not use. The problem is that when you stack all these conveniences, it gets out of control financially. So let's dial it back, talk about these luxuries, and make sure that we are not destroying your finances with convenience. So let's jump right into just a quick list of things people are paying for. House cleaners. Now, for a lot of people, they feel like this one is worth it. I'm on the fence about it. I see where, yes, maybe it is. No, maybe it's not. Because I also see where house cleaners can cut corners sometimes. Some take a lot of pride in their work, and some are doing the bare minimum to make it look clean versus being clean. Fine line between good and mediocre house cleaners. I know a lot of people don't like to clean, but the reality is if you can't afford a housekeeper, you have to find the time in your own life to do it. Now let's jump into food. So food, there are a million ways that food has become a convenience, okay? So there's meal kits that come delivered to your door. There's other deliveries that can come to your door, like say you're part of like a wine club or Imperfect Foods, or there's some other one that does healthy snacks, but it's like snack food. It's not a meal kit. So you start adding these things on top of each other. Like the Imperfect Foods, it's just random food. It's not necessarily a meal or meeting a specific need. It's just food in your house, then manage, which is fine. There's so many deliveries, okay? Then there's the regular grocery store, but you get it delivered to your house, or the regular grocery store, but you go pick it up. Sometimes it's extra, sometimes it's not. I haven't dove into that. I still grocery shop the old-fashioned way. I go to the store, I pick out my stuff, and take it home. And then on top of that, at the grocery store, there's finding conveniences. So meat that is like pre-seasoned, I do that sometimes I don't. Okay, so gotta be careful on that one. And then there's pre-chopped like fruits and veggies. Like, do you buy a whole watermelon or do you buy a cut-up watermelon? And I know some people are like, well, I'm only a single person, so I buy the cut-up watermelon. Okay, I'm not saying everything is wrong or it's wrong for you. But there's a lot of conveniences at the grocery store that you don't have to buy, okay? You can buy a chopped up onion or you can buy an onion. It's up to you, but conveniences are a luxury and you pay the premium. Then, of course, there's the DoorDash, there's eating out at restaurants, whether fast food or dining. That is a luxury. It is not a need. You can cook at home. Going out and experiencing that service is a luxury. Don't get it twisted, okay? And then there's even just going through a drive-thru for a coffee. Some people do it every single day. That is a luxury. You can make coffee at home. That's what my husband does. I'm not a coffee drinker. He makes it at home. He makes it at work where it's a free option as well. And if he's hitting a drive-thru, it is because, you better believe it, he's got a free coupon. That's my husband. Now, with the food, with the housekeeping, I know that sometimes outsourcing makes sense. Okay, there are people that say they're a doctor or a lawyer and they're making like, I don't even know how much an hour. We'll just say like $100 to $200 an hour. They can pay somebody to deliver their groceries and it was, $20 an hour, or a housekeeper where it was say 20, 25, $30 an hour. I'm not going to get in the weeds with it, but they will, have that sort of Alex Hormozy and all the business people mindset of like, well, if I'm making this much money, I should pay somebody to do this. Okay, I'm not always saying it's wrong, but if you are on a pretty tight income and you're still trying to afford a housekeeper, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you need to back off on that. Not everyone is out there making a high hourly income. Not everyone out there is like a founder of a business. Okay, some people are just your basic lower middle class and they still think they need a house cleaner. I'm sorry, but you might not be coming out ahead by affording that. And then I think we've crossed into something like culturally with it as well. And again, I'm an American, kind of talking to Americans. I can't talk about everybody else's homes and their lifestyle throughout the world. But culturally, it's like become this thing of like constantly trading money for convenience versus maybe trading your time for getting the job done. Like, we're not just outsourcing things that are difficult. Like, okay, if I need a new roof, you better believe I'm hiring roofers. Okay, that's not something I can handle. Am I the best at cleaning my house? No, but I do it myself. All right, my family, we clean our own house. We're outsourcing what I consider normal life, not specialized skills. Instead of just baking homemade banana bread, people are buying it at the grocery store. We make banana bread. Instead of making coffee at home, they're going through the drive-thru. Instead of cooking dinner, they're door dashing. Here's the concern though. We're losing the skills, the little skills we have. Generation to generation, people don't know how to cook. Okay, now some families do. Yes, I'm not speaking about everyone, but there are some people who truly do not know how to cook, to just do things. All right, and then on top of it, we're almost losing the ability to live life. We're choosing to skip the mundane tasks and pay somebody else to do them. What if we just did them ourselves? So childcare, nannies, things like that. Obviously, it's completely up to you if you want to be a double income household, 2 working parents, or if you want one to stay at home. I see a lot of value in having a stay-at-home parent. I truly do. But to each their own on that. When it comes to pets, walking your dog, going to get them groomed versus maybe being able to do it yourself, or even just getting them washed, giving them a bath. Can you do it yourself? I've also seen people that get dog food delivered to their house. Okay, people take deliveries to a really far place, and that's fine. Okay, they didn't want to go to the store and get it, but also you could and save $20 every time, because delivering 90 pounds of dog food's a little bit pricey. Then there's things like clothing subscriptions where they shop for you and just send you clothes, then you got to send back, and you're creating more work for yourself. There's dry cleaning. No, I can't dry clean my clothes, but I can take them there and I can pick them up versus paying somebody else to do that. Again, this goes back to how much money do you make and how much money are you spending. There's things with your vehicle. Can you do your own oil change? Honestly, I don't think that one's worth it, but that's just not a skill that I have. Then there's car washes, car detailing. I remember growing up washing our car outside in the yard versus going to the car wash. I know a lot of people go to get their cars detailed. My husband and I, we sweep ours out weekly sometimes. We don't do a full detail, but we keep it tidy, we keep it clean. We don't eat in our cars for the most part, and that works for us. Then there's outside your house. There's landscaping, yard mowing. There's even people that get their pools cleaned and maintained for the summer. You can totally pay for these services, but you can't pay for all of them. If you're trying to pay for all these services, there's no way, unless you are one of the 1%, you do you. But if you are middle class and you think you have the right to pay for all these things and to use all these things, you don't. You can't afford it. You need to back down. And if you can't afford it, great, that's you. Disregard. But if the budget's really tight and you can't get ahead on your student loan payments, your credit card, and you're just not paying off your house, all these things are not looking great, you need to cut some of these services because clearly you can't afford them, and you need to cut them back and tell yourself, what can I do? Like I said, I cannot roof my house, but I can go grocery shopping for myself. Dial it back and remember what skills you're capable of and what tasks you're capable of doing. We're paying to avoid anything inconvenient: cooking, cleaning, planning, organizing, gift wrapping, anything. We outsource leaving the house with things like DoorDash. Somewhere along the way, this convenience and this luxury just became everyday life, and it's not normal and it's not okay. You are missing life. Life is making the banana bread, not just buying it. Life is getting your hands in things and getting dirty, and it's even, okay, I don't love cleaning the shower, but it's cleaning the shower and showing my children how to clean the shower so they know how to do it and they don't have to pay somebody to do it. Because what if they grow up to be not something that makes a lot of money? I don't want to name the profession. I almost said teacher, and they can't afford to get their house cleaned. You need to prepare the next generation as well as yourself when it comes to skills in managing your household. And then an even bigger picture of this, okay, say I don't want to make banana bread. I buy it at the grocery store. I don't even want to go get my groceries. I order them on my phone. They come to my house. I don't even want to put them away. I hire a house manager. They put the groceries away for me. At what point are you forgetting to live life? And what are you doing with all this extra time? And I know what so many people are going to say: I don't have extra time. I'm still swamped. I'm not gonna say you're not, because it depends on how many kids you have, how many sports they're in, how many commitments you have. You still probably are extremely busy. But I would also argue, how much time are you spending on your phone? You're watching this video right now, okay? I know for me, the phone is a huge distraction and it sucks me into this vortex away from actually living real life. So don't forget to live. And sometimes part of living is doing these mundane tasks. They bring a sense of purpose, taking pride in your house, and just in a task, you know, eating banana bread from the store, it's yummy. Making banana bread, it does give you that sense of pride and accomplishment. I do want to wrap this video up by saying I'm not judging anybody. You use whatever services you use, okay? But what is the cost of using these services? How much financial stress are you under? How much money do you have to make to then blow it all just to maintain your lifestyle? Comment down below, which services do you think are worth it and which ones do you think are an absolute skip? I would love to hear your opinions and have a little bit of conversation down in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have a great day.